Our story begins in the dark castle of the current demon lord of this era. The outward appearance and atmosphere of the castle were harsh and unforgiving, befitting the presiding lord. Tonight is vastly different from a normal one. The massive gates of the demon lord's chambers have been forcefully kicked open. A sinister smile crept up on the demon lord's mouth, as there was only one person who could have gotten this far into her domain: the legendary hero. That's right. The brave hero has finally reached the last step of any hero's mission, and that's entering the demon lord's throne room and presumably fighting to the death. This means that this era's hero is not only strong, but courageous enough to come and challenge the overlord of the powerful demon race. The demon lord gave her praise to the hero for toughing it out and braving his way to get this far. It is brave, stupid, and most likely the final act that he will ever do in his life. But before the exchanging of blows, drawing of blood, gritting of teeth, even happens in the supposed final fight, the sound of a blade dropping to the cold, hard floors can already be heard. This was not what the demon lord was expecting at all. She was all in on fighting tooth and nail to prevail against the champion of the human race after all. Instead, what she got was a young man with crimson hair and dead eyes, crying while laughing like a crazy person. He looked disheveled and tired instead of the perfect picture of a valiant hero challenging the evil overlord. This guy was stumbling and mumbling his words to just end him now. So, in a bizarre twist of fate, no fights happened that night. The hero was instead pulled into the demon lord's lap as she pats his head with one hand while smoking a cigarette on the other. She asserted that in life, both good and bad things happen. Giving up your own after one or two bad events is never the way to go. She inwardly thought that humans are such cruel creatures, and this boy is evidence of that. They forced a 17-year-old handsome boy to fight against an all-powerful being, a demon lord like her. The poor young man was pulled out from a different world and was forced to risk his own life to protect a stupid king, his poorly treated slaves, and the endlessly corrupt kingdom. And so, this is how the story of a depressed hero and the demon queen started. Where will this story go? I don't know, but it will definitely be interesting. Without any special reason, the demon queen has decided to take care of the handsome young hero for now. She went as far as tending to him, giving him a comfortable bed to sleep on, while she spends her day sitting nearby, just lounging around and chain-smoking. Still, the irony was not lost on her. She was the demon lord of this realm after all. Helping the hero, whose main quest is to ultimately kill her, is a little odd, to say the least. After some time, the young man had finally opened his tired and bloodshot eyes slowly. The first thing he did was ask where he was, and he immediately heard a familiar voice perk up nearby. He thought that he had finally fulfilled his wish to die and was just chilling in paradise now. That thought made him contort his mouth into a weird-looking smile combined with his dead eyes. The demon lord saw this and jumped in fright. This young man had such a creepy smile. Once he finally realized that he was not alone in this room, he also jumped in fright and promptly asked if Madame Demon Lord had also somehow died and joined him in paradise. She quickly dispelled that assumption, though. The depressed hero felt his body's various injuries and reckoned that he was still alive. The next question in his mind was where in the hell he really was. She casually explained that they are in one of the rooms of the Demon Lord's castle, on account of the hero crying so much that his eyes turned as red as his hair, and eventually fell asleep on her lap. That's when the Demon Queen herself carried him over to rest in this room. Now that he was given the rundown of the situation, the next thing he wants to know is when does this woman plan to finally kill him? She lazily answered that there won't be any killing happening. She just won't kill the hero, at least not now. Instead of feeling relief from hearing that he gets to keep his life, he looked even more downtrodden and disappointed instead. The halls of the Demon Lord's castle looked dark and bleak, the only source of light in the room being the moonlight from the open windows and the spark of the Demon Queen's cigarette. As she walked through her domain, she couldn't help but ponder just what in the world was wrong with this hero. Also, he's been here for quite some time now, and she doesn't even know his name. Thinking about him constantly got her blushing just a little bit. That guy was weird, or maybe she got it all wrong. And she was the one being weird in this scenario. She was running errands all around the castle when she was halted by the sight of a bright light coming from the front. On the massive balcony on one side of the castle stood the young man that she rescued. He was just standing there, unmoving like a statue under the bright light of the shining stars in the night sky. It made the Demon Queen pause. She walked closer and asked the hero if he was enjoying the stars tonight. The young man barely paid any attention to her, let alone her casual question. He just gave a nonchalant hi. Then the young man stated that when he looks at the stars, he remembers one of his good friends. To that personal bit of information, the Demon Queen did not know how to respond. She might not know what words to say, but the beauty of the night sky reflected upon her eye and beautiful face were plenty enough as a response. The Demon Queen thought that this might just be the right time to ask the hero his name. The brief look of life in his eyes was gone once again after hearing that question. He had almost forgotten his original name. Everyone in this world just calls him a hero. Sometimes people call him Hey or Kill the Monster or Little Shit or Untalented Dumbass Monster and many more. Demon Queen reeled him back a little and clarified that she wanted to know what his parents named him. That clears things up nicely. The hero's name is Itami. While still looking up at the stars, not letting her eyes let go for a second, the Demon Queen wanted to present Itami with an offer. Hearing those words come out of her mouth in such a sultry voice made the depressed hero blush. His tears were starting to well up again for some reason. She noticed this and was confused once again. It seems like this guy really likes crying every time they interact with each other. Itami started trying his hardest to wipe the tears away, but they just kept on flowing out. It's just that in this cruel world, he was called by his original name only 2 times. He was just glad to hear it again after a long time. She did not think that it was that big of a deal. She did not think that the human world had been even harsher on this young man than she initially thought. Demon Queen wanted to continue what she wanted to say when she was about to call him hero. She made the conscious decision to stop herself midway through. She wanted to call him by his real name, not by the name and title that the kingdom has forcefully thrust upon him, Itami. The sympathetic Demon Queen took a quick step back, turning to Itami with a wide smile that flashed her adorably terrifying monster fang. With her arms stretched wide along with that beautiful smile on that blushing face, her demonic wings did not look so grim at all. She announced that starting today, Itami is free to live in her castle and serve the role of being her personal bodyguard. She promised that everyone would be calling him by his real name from now on. The sight of this supposedly ruthless demon overlord looked more like an angel sent from above in Itami's perspective. Every time she says his name, his broken heart repairs itself bit by bit. And when she finally said that he would be happy here, the tears that were born from grief and debilitating sadness were replaced with tears of comfort and hope. For the second time in his life, Itami's wounded heart and soul began to heal ever so slightly. The emotion-filled night has passed, and the sun has risen on the Demon Lord's castle. Itami and the Queen were walking the halls together. It's a good thing that the demons in here don't know how the hero actually looks like. This way, Itami can freely roam the castle under the guise of a new human ally. That last bit of information came quite as a surprise. He did not know that the demon faction had human allies to the point of making it possible for him to roam the castle without any demon batting an eye. She confirmed that they do have some arrangements with a few selected humans. Besides Itami, there are 3 more people that are formally members of the Demon Lord army, though they are in human kingdoms right now as spies. On an unrelated note, she actually wanted to bring up something extremely important to Itami. She looked at him and only now noticed the sorry state of the young man. This guy was wearing a tattered homeless hoodie and shitty pants. His whole fit was cooked, from head to toe. It was abysmal. The Demon Queen's eyes lingered on his hands. They were full of battle scars from who knows how many death-defying duels that he endured. When she continued scanning him up and down, she just had to ask how many times and when was the last time this young man had even changed his clothes. Itami meekly explained that he hasn't had the chance to change clothes since arriving in this foreign world. That cannot be possible. As far as the Demon Queen knows, the hero was summoned 2 years ago, and the Human King announced his arrival to shock the entire world back then. That was actually false information, as Itami arrived in this foreign world 2.5 years ago. For the first confusing half year in this place, he was chained to a table where a creepy guy conducted painful and inhumane experiments on him, day in, day out. After that torturous 6 months, he was sent out into the world with the merciless king assigning him so many quests that he had no time to even change his clothes. It was so bad that he had no time to even take a bath even if he wanted to. Just when the Demon Queen thought it could not get any worse, Itami just casually dropped a new trauma bomb while they were strolling the castle. She almost teared up after hearing this inhumane treatment of a poor and confused young man in the hands of humanity. Demon Queen felt so bad that she was compelled to give him new clothes. And now that Itami has mentioned it, the smell of death really does follow him wherever he goes, and it was not just in a metaphorical sense. He literally smells like his odor can kill a man outrightly. Before clothes, what Itami needs is a bath, and an extremely urgent one at that. He just smells so bad that even the demonic overlord could not bear it.